Pseudo-Ragi here, coming at you with another video review. And today, as you can see, I'll be taking a look at the 1:144th scale high-grade Universal Century Gundam Mark II AEUG from Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam. So to start things off simple, here's his size compared to a Solo Cup. That's all I have at the moment. They tend to be a universal size. The colors are pretty much what you'd expect for the Gundam Mark II at this point. A slightly off-white, yellow, dark blue, red, and a very odd bluish gray for all of the joints in those parts. You may notice that he looks a little bit different than most of my models, and that's because I tried a new technique when it came to putting him together. I'll explain that near the end of the video. Posability on this guy is good, as you'd expect from Gundam models. Head moves up and down, tilts side to side just a little bit. Can rotate all the way around ostensibly, but the collar gets in the way. And it can move back and forth at a joint in the body. Arms can move back and forth, up and down, rotate all the way around, up and down at a joint here in the body. They can move out to the side that far, rotate all the way around just below the shoulder, bend that far at two joints in the arm. Hands are on ball joints, and that's all they can do. These little storage ports back here are on ball joints. They move up and down, back and forth, and rotate a little bit. Waist has a ball joint here and here, so it can move back and forth, side to side, and rotate just a bit. Front skirt's all one piece, up and down. Side skirt's up, down, and rotate a little bit. Back skirt's all one piece and doesn't move. Legs can move forward that far, back that far, out to the side that far. Rotate at the hip. Bend that far at two joints in the leg. Ankle joint here moves back and forth. Joint here in the actual foot moves back and forth, as well as rotates a little bit and tilts side to side. And the ankle armor can move up and down, though because of the way I put it together, it's really stiff on mine. For accessories, this guy comes with a fair few, though not an overwhelming amount. Let's start things off simple. He comes with two beam sabers. These are the handles here. The camera will focus. Hello. You can see them. Each one comes with a translucent pink beam, though again on my camera they look red. But I assure you they are bright pink. As usual, peg into port to install the blades. And then for him to hold it, just got to get the hilt into his hand. Not too bad. They, of course, can be stored on him. There are these two large tabs on these little pillars on his shoulders, which you can probably see. Although with the coat I put on, this one is a little bit tight, and you can probably see the wear on it. It's not stress marks, just a little bit of wear. To store them, just put these slots onto those tabs. And there they are stored. Nice and simple. He also has this little Vulcan headset communicator thing. I still have no idea what it actually is, but there are little tabs on the inside and slots on the sides of his head. Just line them up and put them together. There you go. There is, of course, a rather shiny green sticker on there. He also comes with one beam rifle in that same bluish gray plastic the rest of his joints are made of. Got some nice detail. Nice big sticker there on the front. It's got a side handle that moves up and down. You can hold it pretty easily. You just got to get the back of the hand off. Put the grip into his hand, and then put the back of the hand in place. It stays in his hand very securely. Of course, it's mostly because the back of the hand is doing most of the work. Like all the other weapons, it can be stored on him. There are these slots on his side skirts and these large tabs on the butt of the gun. Just tab into slot. It's not the best hold, but unless you tap it really hard, it's not going to go anywhere. Of course, he's got his bazooka that every Universal Century Gundam has. Same plastic as the rest. Anyway, the grip here can move up and down. And getting him to equip it isn't terribly difficult. It takes a little finagling. But just get the back of the hand off again. Get the grip into his hand. And just sort of align everything so that the back of the bazooka ends up on his shoulder. And of course, it too can be stored on him. There is a panel back here. Just pull down this tab. It'll come right open. Fold up the grip. Drop this into that groove. I like to take the stock up here and push it against this tab or slot just to hold it in place. And then finally he has his shield. And you may notice a little bit of discoloration, and for some reason the coat I put on it decided to get all weird once it dried. It looked okay before, but it is mostly molded in that same off-white plastic, bit of the dark purplish gray, dark blue, red, and some yellow stickers. It comes with two mounting joints. One that sits flush against the arm so you can have it on the back of his arm, or one that is angled so you can have it on the side of his arm. All you have to do is put this peg into the port there, and then this peg into the port on the back of his arm, right there. As I'm sure some of you are wondering, yes, you can have him in various poses with everything on, as I'm sure you saw in the pre-roll. And there he is with all of his accessories equipped, or stored at the very least. Now, in case you hadn't figured it out, one of the things I did is to make him look as good as he does compared to most of my other models, I sanded down a lot of the nubs. Didn't produce a result quite as good as I wanted. I also took a Gundam marker, just a standard black Gundam marker, ultra fine tip, and used it to fill out all the panel lines along the model. and then put a matte top clear coat on top of all the plastic just to take away some of the plasticky sheen that it tends to have because, well, it's made of plastic. As you can see, the results are less than perfect, but I think it definitely looks like an improvement over most of the just straight builds I do. So any future models I get, I will more than likely be doing this. So get ready to see that in the future. But that said, that finishes up my review of the 1/144th scale high-grade Universal Century Gundam Mark II AEUG. So until the next review, bye-bye.